I've always been a small watch guy, 38mm, 39mm, that's my comfort zone. So when I first saw this Casio MWA-100H, I chuckled a little. 47mm, I thought no way I'm wearing that. But here's the funny thing about watches, sometimes the ones you least expect grow on you. I wasn't planning to buy this watch, it sat in my shopping cart for weeks and months, and one late night, slightly sleep deprived, I pulled the trigger because I saw it in stock and on a good discount. I got it for 1,700 rupees, and spoiler alert, I love this watch more than I expected to. Fun fact, some people even got an extra cart discount and managed to snag it for 1,500. I know, right? This is the full review of Casio MWA-100H, a budget beast, a surprising summer buddy, and possibly one of the best value for money watches under 2000 in India. This is the second watch in my collection with a dial size over 42mm after the legendary Casio Duro. Lately, I've been on a bit of value for money watch spree. After discovering some amazing pieces from Indian micro watch brands, that became my watch buying philosophy. That, whatever I get must offer solid value for the price. When I first opened the box, two things hit me straight away. First, it looked way more expensive than it is. Second, it was surprisingly lightweight. It almost felt too easy to wear, which made me happy because no matter if I'm indoors or outdoors, you will always see a watch on my wrist. The military-inspired sporty design is what you notice first. Then the stainless steel bezel grabs your attention. It's not just painted plastic, it actually shines and gives the watch a subtle luxury feel. The dial is a vibrant sunburst blue that changes character when it's under direct sunlight. It looks incredibly beautiful. I love the color. It's just right and doesn't feel cheap at all. And I love the subtle contrast that second hand brings to the table, a sharp, punchy orange that perfectly complements the blue. Honestly, it reminds me of the Indian cricket team's jersey, and yeah, if you are heading to a match, this is the watch to wear. This is a great summer watch. The dial has real depth, which I didn't expect at this price. You can actually see layers, the hour markers, chapter ring, the printed 24-hour numerals, the texture, it all adds up. For someone who flies very often, this 24-hour format and having those numbers right there made time checks feel super easy. And even though it's a larger watch, it never felt too big on my 6.6-inch wrist. Let's talk about what's under the hood. This Casio isn't a digital analog hybrid like some Casios, it's fully analog. It has a resin case which keeps things light, and it's topped with that polished stainless steel bezel. That mix of materials gives it a kind of tool watch identity. It looks tough, and it actually is. The case measures about 42mm lug to lug with a thickness of 13.5mm. The glass is acrylic, it scratches easily, and it's slightly raised, which means if you bang it into a door frame, it's the glass that takes all the hit. But honestly, don't downplay acrylic. It won't crack or shatter easily if the watch is dropped or hit, which is great for sports like skateboarding, climbing, or any rough activity. It might scratch, but it stays in one piece. It won't shatter. There's a solution if you want to make it more scratch resistant. Throw on an inexpensive screen protector, or just wear it hard and let the scars tell your story. Inside, it runs a reliable quartz movement with dual batteries, one for the hands and one for the LED light. The LED light has an amber colored glow that lasts 7 seconds. It's warm, dramatic, and very functional. Much more useful than the lume, which honestly is barely there. It has a water resistance up to 100 meters, which means you can swim with it, but I still wouldn't push it that hard because it does not have a screw down crown. But yeah, this watch can definitely take some beating. Let's talk about my real world wearing experience. So I gave it a week, no babying, I wore it everywhere, jogging, intense running, riding my bike at night, sitting through meetings and editing sessions, took it also traveling with me. Within a couple of days, it became second nature. The strap, while not premium, was soft and grippy. The watch stayed flat, it didn't wobble, and the low weight meant zero wrist fatigue. Honestly, the dial kept impressing me. Sunlight made it glow. But yes, not everything was perfect. The lume is almost non-existent. There, but barely. At night, I had to rely on that LED backlight, which thankfully worked great. The biggest concern is the raised glass. It's like a magnet for knocks, but again, either apply that cheap screen protector or lean into the wear and tear, man. Personally, I don't mind scratches. I think they add character. This is a watch meant to be used, not to be displayed in a cabinet or a watch box. What could be better? No watch is perfect, and neither is this one. If Casio made the bezel a bit more raised, it would have protected that crystal better from direct impact. If crown was a slightly chunkier, the watch would have looked more tool-like, more rugged. And of course, better loom would have taken it from budget cool to budget legendary. But at the same time, I get it. Casio spent money where it counts. On design, dial finishing, water resistance, and that LED. And they saved costs where they could. So here's my honest take. This is not a flashy watch. It's not a collector's piece, but it's real, it's rugged, and it does what it says it will. At 1,700 rupees, it's almost ridiculous how much you are getting. A reliable quartz movement, a tough case, a stainless steel bezel, a gorgeous blue sunburst dial. So yeah, grab one, wear it, scratch it, swap the strap, throw it in your bag, take it on a trip. Because this isn't here to stay in your watch box, it's here to be worn. See you in the next one, guys. Until next time, peace.